Hi everybody, I'm Chad with Holo. Today we're going to be talking about how you can build good English habits for the year 2022. So normally when I start a new year, I like to set goals. But this year I'm doing things a little bit differently and I'm focusing on the habits that I create. So often at the beginning of the year, I'll set these really big goals that are hard to reach, that I'm super excited about and that I'm sure I'm going to accomplish. But a lot of times the year comes to an end and I have not accomplished any of those goals, and I find myself in exactly the same place I was when the year started. So that's why this year I'm focused on creating habits and not creating goals. And not only am I starting with habits, but I'm starting with habits that are very small and very simple. And then as that becomes a habit, I move on to something that's a little more challenging. So for example, I've been studying Korean for a long time. I'm a fairly decent speaker of it, but I'm still looking for ways that I can improve. But I've had a hard time over the past few years motivating myself and meeting my goals of studying Korean. So rather than setting a goal about how I'm gonna study Korean for an hour every day or do an hour of listening practice every day, I decided to start with really small habits that will hopefully help me become a better Korean speaker. In fact, the very first habit that I'm working on for Korean is accepting my ability currently as a Korean speaker. So that means every day I take some time to be accepting and proud of where I am so far, giving myself credit for the work that I've done to get me where I am today. And after I've done that for 7 days, I'll allow myself a new habit that I can start each day or each week. And my goal is to start very simply so that it's a habit that I can keep going and keep doing and keep improving each day and each week throughout the rest of the year. So my next habit is simply going to be doing 1 hour of Korean speaking every week. Now, had I set a goal, and in fact, I'm pretty sure the goal I set last year was that I would speak Korean for an hour every weekday. But I quickly realized that the goal was too big and I was getting discouraged, and then I didn't want to study or speak Korean at all. So by creating these small habits, I can start adding these things to my life so that it becomes more of a habit and a routine, not some just big goal that seems really hard to reach. So I'm going to share a slide from one of our Holo classes that shows us how we can create a new habit. So as mentioned before, one of the keys is to make a very small habit, something that we can do every day or every week without too much of a problem. So that can be something as simple as drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up. And eventually that will become a habit if you focus on doing that every day. Now, a key for starting a habit is making sure that you remember. Our lives are busy, there's lots of distractions, it's really easy to forget what habit you're trying to start. So we want to use a trigger as a reminder. Now, a trigger is just something that helps your brain think that, oh, hey, I need to do this habit today. So if it were drinking a glass of water in the morning, well, the key would be to put a full glass of water by your bed right before you go to sleep. Then when you wake up in the morning, you already see that the water is there and ready for you to drink. So in my case, improving my Korean ability feels like a very big goal or a very big habit that I need to establish. So a key is breaking down the habit into chunks. As we mentioned before, starting very small and then adding different things to it. And if I'm having a hard time starting this new habit or I feel just discouraged about it, I can start in a very small way. Maybe I can do 60 seconds each day of studying Korean. Or maybe I want to do 10 minutes every day total. So I spend 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening of studying Korean. As this becomes a habit, it becomes easier to do, and it becomes easier to add more and more time to this habit. In making habits, of course, we're not always going to do them every day, and sometimes we're going to miss it. But the key is, once we've missed it once, is to get back on track as soon as we can. Try not to miss 2 days in a row of any habit that you're setting. And the last one is to be patient with yourself. Creating habits, accomplishing big things in life, it takes a lot of time. You're not going to become fluent in English overnight. But I promise if you make good habits around studying and learning English, that eventually you will become fluent. But it does take consistent effort over a long time as we improve step by step every day. So in the comments below, please let me know one habit you have either for learning English or anything else for the year 2022. If you need help creating an English habit for 2022, a really good one is logging on to the Holo app every single day. You You don't even have to do anything. You just at least once a day have to log into that app. And before you know it, you'll be spending time each day learning English. Best of luck in setting your 2022 habits. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.